Hi everyone, welcome to Miss Adams Teaches Jekyll and Hyde. In this video, I'm going to be giving you some predictions for the AQA exam for 2023. And for many of you right now, that means the exam tomorrow. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, but I can go through some of the questions that have come up in the last few years and then just give you a steer on where to focus your last minute revision before tomorrow. So let's get started. Okay, so let's have a look at what has come up so far, or most recently, with Jekyll and Hyde. Now, I have to apologise, because I'm not an AQA teacher, I don't have access to all of the resources. So the 2022, the most recent, I don't know the exact extract that was used, but I do know that the question was on Jekyll being a mysterious character, which is really useful because now we can see that actually Jekyll has come up twice. 2017, so the first of this series, looking at whether or not you can be sympathetic for his character, and then most recently as a mysterious character. So I think one thing we can say is it's very unlikely indeed that you're going to be writing on Jekyll tomorrow. Other things that have come up, we've had disturbing and threatening atmosphere, good and evil. We've had Hyde as a disturbing figure. And we've had mystery and tension, which is quite similar to this one. And obviously, you know, we've had mysterious character and mystery and tension here. So I think that kind of rules out the whole atmosphere, mysterious tension idea as a whole. So what's notably missing from that list? Well, character-wise, we've not had anything about Utterson, who is obviously, you know, we read the story through his perspective, even if it is third person limited, but we read it through his eyes. So definitely make sure you're up to scratch on Utterson, and, you know, any extract could be useful there. There is definitely room for having another Hyde question, like a kind of a straight presentation of Hyde question. Now, Lanyon is obviously only in 2 scenes, but that doesn't mean that he can't come up. So just, I know he's in more than 2 moments, but as in his big moment, so the remarkable incident of Dr. Lanyon and then Dr. Lanyon's narrative. But that's not to say that you couldn't get an extract, and that's not to say that there isn't an essay to be written about him. So make sure you're happy there. Obviously, you might get a theme question rather than a character, and that's where it's a little bit trickier to sort of predict, because there are so many things that could come up. Reputation would definitely be one that would be worth having a look at, and you could have a look at violence. Obviously, if you're revising Hyde, you're going to be revising violence as well. Transformation is an interesting one to look at, because you can look at the kind of notion of the actual transformation from Jekyll into Hyde and vice versa, and what that represents and how it changes. But you can also look at how other characters change throughout. So moments where Jekyll goes from being very, very sociable and philanthropic and very happy after Hyde has disappeared, to then being in seclusion. You can look at the way that Utterson, you know, we start the novella believing that Utterson doesn't like to poke his nose into other people's business, and then we watch him get gradually more and more obsessed with what's happening with Jekyll and Hyde. So that's quite an interesting one. You could look at science. I realise that I've not put duality on here, which is obviously a bit of a mega theme, so perhaps have a little look at that. I'm not sure about setting, simply because you've had atmosphere, but it's worth just thinking about setting as a kind of form of symbolism, because that ties into the theme of duality. If you're writing on duality or transformation, then you can use setting as a part of that. Do have a look at my video on setting and symbolism to help you out there. Like I said, it's very difficult to predict, but hopefully that just gives you a steer in the right direction. If you're watching this on the evening of Tuesday with your exam on Wednesday morning, the very, very, very best of luck to you.